Hello there, and welcome back to the Disconnected. I got a chance today to go to Spirit Halloween for the first time this year, which I love that store. I can get lost in there every single time. It is dangerous to get me in the spirit early, and now I think it is exactly the right time to share my October watch list that I'm going to do for the channel, and I wanted to share that with all of you. So first up, Spirit Halloween. Only picked up a couple things. My wife chose this wonderful set of horror-inspired socks. You can see the designs and the franchises that they are from on the back. Wife loves socks, and I like making her happy, so why not, right? I only chose one thing this time. I was looking for something that I loved last year and happened to find that they still had the exact same sign. I don't have a whole lot of Friday the 13th stuff, and this sign that they did all of the different style of masks is perfect. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. It is vertical space, which in a movie room like this, there's always like that one random strip where you're looking for what could fit there. It's too it's too thin to fit a movie. Can't really fit any sort of decoration in there, but thankfully this is the perfect size for some of those locations, so I will happily add that to the collection. But now that movie list. So last year I made an October watch list for the channel, and I tried to share, I was watching these throughout the month of October, and I wanted to share with everybody ahead of time so you could track down physical releases or plan on where you were going to be streaming them. And I think this is the best time to do it because you still got a few weeks until October starts. I tend to do themed days of the week, so that way you are varying up the emotions that you might evoke through some of these films. And as you do that, you're subjecting yourself to different styles of film and different locations of filming and all kinds of foreign cinema. So this year is going to be a little bit different. Last year was my first year on YouTube, and I kept it pretty tame last October. This year, I tried to branch out a lot from the normal things, and you'll see the themes in just a moment across the top of the calendar. But it is something that I think is fun just to be able to share in watches. If you are watching along, you might comment on the videos as we're watching and going throughout some of these. If you are a patron or if you're a part of the Discord, we might go super in depth on these throughout the month of October, be able to share what we all thought of the films as we watched at those at the same time. And then, of course, in October, we will be streaming one of the films from this watch list for everybody in the Discord. And if you are interested in that, you can look in the description for a link for the Patreon and get access to our Discord, which is great. So many people in there, just daily conversations about things that they're picking up, things that they're watching, things that we are noticing in film, purchases, pretty much everything across the board, even personal stuff. It's truly wonderful. But now the important part, the list. Let's break it down. All right, so the month of October is shaped oddly this year. Let's look at this. So first of all, I got a couple alternates on the top left corner, and then the month starts on a Saturday night, the 1st. And let's look at the themes going all the way across the top. Sundays are going to be gothic horror. Mondays, perfect for found footage. Tuesdays, we're going to go from found footage, go deep into body horror. And then we will sort of cleanse our minds with some vampire films on Wednesdays. Thursdays seem to be perfect for erotic horror. And then Friday night always gets crazy. We're getting extreme cinema this year. All the talk of a Serbian film. I am going to try to make this a group discussion. So if you had not seen a Serbian film, you can watch that on the 21st. And then on Thursday, the 27th, we are going to be discussing that in depth on our episode of Reconnected. And then Saturdays, cleanse out that extreme cinema with horror comedies. Most of these are films that I have never seen. I've seen a few of them for sure, but I don't think my wife has seen any of them. Now, some things to point out. Halloween night does not stick with the theme, obviously. It is just the most cliche films to watch on Halloween. You all probably have your own traditions, so watch what you're going to watch on Halloween. Alternates are listed below for when you can't find something on streaming or on physical media, but you can find one of these other films, and then people will be able to fill in those discussions by having another on-theme night. Now, these films, they are meant to be something that is a community. I'm not going to be watching these live with you, of course, but I'm going to be trying to watch these every single day throughout the month of October and be able to participate in all these discussions. Inevitably, I'm probably going to miss 1 to 8 of them. I've got 2 young kids and I work really, really hard at my job. And October gets super busy because we're doing like annual evaluations and I'm a big supervisor, sadly. So I am knee deep in those pretty much every October. But this is going to be a great time with incredible discussion. Last year, we had quite a few people that watched pretty much everything on the list throughout the month. And the channel is much bigger this year. So if you want to participate, please comment below, make a community out of it. We're going to be talking about this throughout all of the videos, live streams, everything that's happening throughout the month of October. And I just love cult and horror films. And this is going to be a really great way to share that. The list real quick. Let's highlight some of these. I'm going to really hit home the ones that I have and haven't seen. But I am just fascinated with some of these choices, and I really, really am excited to share them with all of you. So starting off the month with a banger, Reanimator. I've been trying to show this to my wife for a while. She has never seen it. I have seen it, and I love Reanimator. Then we're going to go classic on the 2nd with Black Sunday from Bava. Found footage. Monday, we're going to go with The Last Broadcast. That is a limited release on physical from 101 Films in the US and the UK. And it's widely available. So that is the perfect way to get that film. Kuso for body horror. I've never seen this, and I am eager to see it. It is, I believe, streaming on Shudder right now. Vampires, Lamora. I got to be honest here. This is a big one. I don't think I've ever seen. I may watch it and realize I had seen it years ago and just forgetting entirely. But there is a DVD out there from Synapse. Not like super hard to find, but it's out there for like $15-ish. So yeah, widely available, kind of. Amazon, Grindhouse Video, Synapse directly. I think you can still get it. A handful of other places, eBay, of course. Erotic horror, starting with Daughters of Darkness. Blue Underground 4K is the way to watch this. Necromantic. I've never seen it. I got to be honest. This is one of those classics that everybody's like, you got to see this. If you like extreme cinema, this is a great one. Still haven't. There are some physical releases of this. I think a few of them are out of print. If you can track it down, though, Necromantic is the one that we're going with. Horror comedy again, Extraordinary. I've never seen this. This was, I believe, playing at a film festival here in Kansas City, and I'd really wanted to see it. And it does have a physical release, and also I believe it's on Shudder or Amazon Prime, one of the two. Tales of Terror with Vincent Price. I think I've seen this years ago. I don't remember anything about it, but it's the perfect time to revisit. Gonjiam, Haunted Asylum. This one is streaming on Shudder, and it does have a Blu-ray out there. This is one of the best found footage films of the last 5 years. Easily, like head and shoulders above pretty much everything else. Highly recommend it. The next day, I believe it is pronounced Thanatomorphose. That is available on DVD or Blu-ray, one of the two from Unearthed Films. Then the following day, we get Thirst, a vampire film from Asia, and I believe that has a Blu-ray release through Kino Lorber. The next one, this is going to be a big one if you've never seen it. Fascination by Jean Roland. This is a film that is going to be getting a lot more attention once the documentary from Kat Ellinger comes out. I believe that's either coming through Arrow or the new label, Radiance Films. So we'll be seeing a lot more of that soon. The next one, I believe this one is actually called The Bunny Game, and for some reason I wrote it on here as The Bunny Games. I have never seen this. I've heard some interesting things, and I'm really curious to check this one out. There is a Blu-ray out there, but it can be expensive to track down. If you can't find this one, this is the perfect time to go in and get one of those alternates. The Saturday following that is going to be Encounters of the Spooky Kind. I may have flubbed the title on that one as well. That is available from the UK through Eureka, and I believe it was streaming somewhere last I checked as well. Next, back to the Gothic horror is Eyes Without a Face from 1960. This is available on Criterion, Blu-ray, DVD. This one is fairly widely available. Willow Creek, Friend of the channel, Anthony, we were talking about this as Bobcat Goldthwait's first horror film that he directed, and it inspired me. I've never seen it. I picked it up years ago, and I'm dying to see it. So, Willow Creek from 2013. Thank you, Anthony. The following day, Toxic Avenger. I saw this one many times as a kid. My wife has never seen it. Let's freak her out with some Toxie. The next day, Ganja and Hess. I've never seen Ganja and Hess. This is the perfect excuse for me to really put the time in for Ganja and Hess. Erotic horror, Nurse 3D, or it's also just called Nurse, but it did have a genuine 3D release. So if you got that, fire it up. I don't think I've ever seen Nurse. And then a Serbian film. So I understand this is going to be divisive. A lot of people hate this film. A lot of people love this film. What's going on, John? But the Unearthed Films release of this on Blu-ray is the best way to see this film. Although they are putting this out on 4K soon, this is currently the best way to see this, so jump on it. On the 22nd of October, we're going to be watching Cemetery Man. Now, this film can be a little hard to get. I think there's a DVD floating around out there, and I think it was available for streaming. Try to track this one down. I believe I saw this years ago. I can't really remember any details, but it's one of the biggest horror titles ever. Della Morte Dell'Amore, I believe is what it's called. I may have misremembered that, but yes, that is the original name that was translated into Cemetery Man. Next up, The Devil's Nightmare. This was released by Mondo Macabro. Just another excuse for me to watch this one. The next day, found footage, another Asian, Noroi the Cursed. This is one strongly recommend, Noroi the Curse. This is on the 24th of October. Then the following, body horror. We got to have a Cronenberg in there. I mean, all of the cliche ones are gone. So we're going to go with Existenz. We're not going to go with something like Videodrome. Watch Existenz. This was released in the UK by 101 Films, and there are some other physical releases of it out there. Vampires. I wanted to really get one that my wife would love in this final week, so I got Only Lovers Left Alive. I've never seen this, and it's supposed to be pretty damn good, so I'll throw it on there for her. On the 27th, Alucarda. This is an erotic horror film that was put out on DVD by Mondo Macabro in both the UK and the US. If you can't find one of the DVD copies, I believe there are a couple places you can watch this online. The next day, the final Extreme Cinema film is going to be Atroce. This also gets translated to Atrocious sometimes, I believe. This was released by Unearthed Films again, and I've just been waiting to see it. This is the perfect time. Then on the 29th, Housebound. This is a film from 2014 that I love the poster for, and yet I've never seen. So dying to see this one. And then finally, on the final Gothic Horror Day, The Others from 2001. I saw this a lot growing up. My wife has never seen it, so it's the perfect time to make her see what I think is one of the better films from the very early 2000s. It was a pretty low point in horror for a couple of years there. And then, like I said, on Halloween, fill it in with whatever your tradition is, whether that be Halloween, Trick or Treat, Hocus Pocus, or something absolutely off the wall. Simpsons Treehouse of Terror episodes, whatever it is. Just go in there and watch what makes Halloween for you. All right, that is it. Thank you for watching my really short intro with Spirit Halloween stuff, and then leading into my October watch list. I really hope you come along for October with me. It is kind of my most wonderful time of the year. I really do love Halloween, and it seems to be this kinship thing that people in physical media that love cult film have really glommed onto, because it is something that we can all enjoy and be included together. So if you want to be included to a deeper extent, check out the Patreon link in the description below. I hope to see you in October. Take these next few weeks to plan and prep for this if you're going to participate. And if you are, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about it. I want to hear that you're excited if you are. In the meantime, I've got more videos coming out all the time, and all of this to say, from one collector and film lover to all of you, have a good night.